Melissa Ellen Gilbert was born on May 8, 1964, in Los Angeles, California. Her life started with an interesting twist. Just one day after she was born, she was adopted by Paul Gilbert, a comedian and actor, and his wife Barbara Crane, who was a dancer and actress. Growing up in a showbiz family meant that little Melissa was surrounded by cameras, bright lights, and creative people from the very beginning. Even as a tiny kid, Melissa loved to perform. One of her earliest memories was when she was only 2.5 years old. She would recite her dad's comedy routines right along with him while he performed on stage. That's pretty amazing for such a young child. Her parents noticed her natural talent, and by the time she was just 2 years old, she landed her first job modeling for Carter Baby Clothing. From there, she appeared in dozens of TV commercials, including a famous one for Alpo dog food where she worked with actor Lorne Greene. When Melissa was 6 years old, her parents got divorced, which was a difficult time for her. Her mom later remarried a man named Harold Abeles, and together they had a daughter named Sarah, who would later become an actress too, known professionally as Sarah Gilbert. But tragedy struck when Melissa was only 11 years old. Her adoptive father, Paul Gilbert, passed away. At first, she was told he died from a stroke, but years later she learned the painful truth that he had taken his own life. This heartbreak would shape her life in many ways. The Gilberts had also adopted a son named Jonathan, who would later appear on TV with Melissa. Growing up wasn't always easy, but these experiences taught young Melissa about resilience and strength, qualities that would help her throughout her amazing career. The role that changed everything. In 1973, when Melissa was just 9 years old, something magical happened. She heard about auditions for a new TV show called Little House on the Prairie, based on the beloved books by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Can you imagine? Over 500 young girls tried out for the role of Laura Ingalls, the second oldest daughter in the pioneer family. But Melissa beat them all. Interestingly, it was Leslie Landon, the daughter of actor Michael Landon, who would play her TV father, who told Melissa she got the part. They were standing in line together at their school cafeteria when Leslie shared the exciting news. From 1974 to 1983, Melissa starred as Laura Ingalls Wilder on Little House on the Prairie, and the show became a massive hit. She appeared in 191 out of 205 episodes, more than any other cast member. Playing Laura wasn't just about wearing prairie dresses and bonnets. Melissa had to show real emotions and deal with serious topics like poverty, disability, loss, and doing the right thing even when it's hard. Week after week, millions of families watched her character grow from a curious little girl into a thoughtful young woman. And in real life, audiences watched Melissa herself grow up right before their eyes. Michael Landon, who played her father Charles Ingalls on the show, became like a real father figure to Melissa, especially after her own dad died. He taught her about discipline, honesty, and how powerful television could be in touching people's hearts. The bond she formed with the entire cast and crew felt like having an extended family, and that connection left a permanent mark on her heart. At the show's peak, Melissa was earning an impressive $75,000 per week. But more important than the money was the love from fans around the world. For countless people, Laura Ingalls wasn't just a character on TV. She was like a friend who came into their homes every week. Melissa Gilbert became a symbol of warmth, strength, and honesty. Melissa's incredible work didn't go unnoticed. She received several important awards and nominations throughout her career. In 1975, she won a Bronze Wrangler Award for her work on Little House on the Prairie. In 1983 and 1984, she won Young Artist Awards for Best Young Actress in a Drama Series. She was also nominated for a Golden Globe in 1981 and an Emmy in 1980 for her powerful performance in The Miracle Worker, where she played Helen Keller. But perhaps her most impressive honor came in 1985 when she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. At just 21 years old, she was one of the youngest actresses ever to receive this special recognition. Her star is still there today on Hollywood Boulevard, where fans can visit it. In 1998, she was also inducted into the Western Performers Hall of Fame at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, honoring her iconic role as a prairie pioneer. When Little House on the Prairie ended in 1983, Melissa faced a challenge many child stars encounter: how to transition from being a kid actress to an adult performer. But Melissa didn't give up. She worked hard and took on many different roles. She appeared in several important TV movies, including The Diary of Anne Frank in 1980, where she portrayed the famous Jewish girl who hid from the Nazis during World War II. She also starred in The Miracle Worker in 1979, playing Helen Keller, the deaf and blind woman who learned to communicate with the help of her teacher Annie Sullivan, played by Patty Duke. Melissa became known as the Queen of TV movies and miniseries because she appeared in so many of them. She also did voice acting work, providing the voice for Batgirl in the 1990s animated series Batman, the animated series. She even appeared in the famous Ghostbusters music video by Ray Parker Jr. In 2008 and 2009, Melissa came full circle when she played Caroline "Ma" Ingalls, Laura's mother, in a musical stage production of Little House on the Prairie. This was a special moment because she was now playing the mother in the story instead of the daughter. The show toured across America, and fans loved seeing her return to the Little House world. Interestingly, during this tour, doctors discovered that Melissa had been performing with a broken back for months. She had surgery in July 2010 to replace a disc and fuse a vertebra in her lower spine, and thankfully, the surgery was successful. In 2012, Melissa joined the cast of Dancing with the Stars, a popular reality competition show where celebrities learn ballroom dancing. She was paired with professional dancer Maxim Shmerkovsky. During one of the performances, while doing a dance called the Paso Doble, she fell and hit her head on Maxim's leg. She got a mild concussion and had to go to the hospital. But true to her Prairie spirit, Melissa recovered and came back to continue competing. She made it all the way to week 8 and finished in 5th place. Her fans loved watching her show such courage and determination. One of Melissa's most important achievements didn't happen in front of a camera at all. In 2001, she was elected president of the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, the organization that protects actors' rights and makes sure they're treated fairly. She served as president from 2001 to 2005, making her one of the youngest people ever to hold this important position. As SAG president, Melissa fought hard for actors' pay, benefits, and working conditions. She understood firsthand how vulnerable actors can be, especially child actors who start their careers at a young age. Her leadership was driven by empathy and her own experiences in the industry. She proved that she wasn't just a talented actress, she was also a powerful advocate who could stand up for others. Melissa has also become a successful author. In 2009, she published her autobiography called Prairie Tale, a memoir. In this honest and brave book, she opened up about her struggles with addiction and self-doubt, things many child stars face but often keep secret. She talked about growing up in the spotlight, complicated family relationships, and her battles with alcoholism and drug abuse. Rather than hiding these painful experiences, she chose to share them truthfully. By being so honest, Melissa helped destroy the myth that child stars have perfect lives. She offered comfort and hope to others facing similar challenges. Her willingness to talk about her vulnerabilities has become one of the most admirable parts of her legacy. She also wrote My Prairie Cookbook, Memories and Frontier Food from My Little House to Yours in 2014 and Back to the Prairie, A Home Remade, A Life Rediscovered, sharing her love for simple living and home cooking. Melissa doesn't just talk about helping others, she actually does it. She serves as an ambassador for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, PanCan, raising awareness and money for research. This cause is personal to her because her TV father, Michael Landon, died from pancreatic cancer in 1991. When he announced on The Tonight Show that he was sick, Melissa visited him at his home in Malibu to say goodbye, healing the rift that had developed between them after the show ended. She also supports the Children's Hospice and Palliative Care Coalition and the National Hospice, helping families who are dealing with grief. She backs the Los Angeles Mission, which provides shelter and meals to homeless people. Melissa even advocates for animal welfare and environmental causes. In 2024, she launched a clothing collection called Modern Prairie, with proceeds going to pancreatic cancer research. Melissa has been married 3 times and has 2 sons. She married actor Bo Brinkman in 1988, and they had a son named Dakota Paul Brinkman. That marriage ended in 1992. On New Year's Day 1995, she married actor Bruce Boxleitner, and they had a son named Michael on October 6, 1995. She named him Michael as a tribute to Michael Landon, showing how much her TV father meant to her. That marriage ended in 2011. On April 24, 2013, Melissa married actor and director Timothy Busfield in a small, intimate ceremony at San Isidro Ranch in Santa Barbara, California. Timothy had 3 children from previous marriages, so together they created a blended family. They currently live a quiet life in upstate New York, enjoying nature, home-cooked meals, and simple pleasures. Melissa has been open about her health challenges too. In 2015, she had her breast implants removed for health reasons. She has also spoken about having misophonia, a condition where certain sounds trigger strong emotional reactions. Today, Melissa Gilbert's net worth is estimated at around $500,000. Built on royalties from Little House on the Prairie, she still receives payments when the show airs, her books, directing work, and various business ventures. But her real wealth isn't measured in money, it's measured in the hearts she's touched and the lives she's inspired. Netflix recently announced plans to reboot Little House on the Prairie, and Melissa has been supportive, saying there's room in the Little House universe for different versions of the story. She noted that the new series will be able to explore topics and include diverse casting in ways that weren't as easy in the 1970s. Melissa Gilbert's story is one of talent, courage, and resilience. From a 2-year-old in commercials to America's favorite prairie girl, from union president to author and advocate, she has shown that true success comes from being honest, working hard, and never giving up, even when life gets tough. She remains a beloved figure in entertainment history, and Laura Ingalls Wilder will forever live in the hearts of fans because of Melissa's unforgettable performance.